It's Tuesday afternoon and we've just got on board the New Amsterdam in the port at Venice. This is the view from our balcony. And the ship won't be leaving till 11 p.m. tonight. We should be going right by St. Mark's Square, so hopefully we'll get a good view. It's around 11 p.m. on Tuesday and we're just leaving the port of Venice. We're heading out towards the direction of St. Mark's Square and the exit of the basin, and tomorrow is going to be a day at sea. In a few minutes we should be approaching St. Mark's Square and the tower, and where our hotel was until this morning, and where we were sitting in the outside patio watching the cruise ships go by. And here's a shot of the waterfront as we will soon swing around past the end of the Grand Canal. Now we're just coming up to the entrance to the Grand Canal. And now we're just passing across the end of St. Mark's Square. Although I think it's a little difficult to see because it's not lit up. It's hard to believe how close a huge ship like this is going to the shoreline. This is the last couple of months because at the end of this year there will be no more ships coming from that harbour across this basin, and there's going to be another cruise ship harbour outside. Apparently it's causing a lot of erosion. We're just coming out of the basin now. We're going to make a right turn and then we'll be out of here, and our next stop is Dubrovnik in Croatia. This is a view looking down the side of the ship from the 9th deck where we are. This is our day at sea between Venice and Dubrovnik. We're just cruising along nice and slowly, everybody taking it easy, and tomorrow we'll be in Dubrovnik. It's Thursday morning, 7 a.m. and we're just coming into Dubrovnik. We've just taken the pilot on board and it looks like it's raining. Hope this doesn't last too long. There's another ship following us in. It looks like we're swinging around. Maybe we'll be going in with our side of the ship towards the dock.
Still riding.
We're about to start the tour of the walls in Dubrovnik. A lot of people here today. Still a long way to go.
Right into the sun. They're very strict.
Looks like we're coming round to the far end of the walls now. This may be the only view of the cable car today, since it's not running due to high winds. We've just come down from doing the castle walls, and it's time for an espresso before lunch. So we've decided to take off down some of the little lanes and see what's around. It stopped raining, but the cable car still isn't working. We've left the old town and we're walking back to the ship along a rather scenic route, and just hoping to get there before it rains again. So we're walking along the Dubrovnik waterfront just until we meet our ship, the New Amsterdam. Well, we're almost there, and hopefully before the rain starts. It's Friday morning, the 12th of September, and today we're going to be in Kotor, Montenegro. This is the fjord that you sail up before you get there, and this is really spectacular. It's about 6:15 in the morning. According to the information that we read, ships typically enter this channel around 6 a.m. in the morning. It's 17 miles long and dock around 8, and that is in fact our schedule. Looks like we're being followed up the channel by another ship, which means that it's going to be very busy in port with at least 2 cruise ships, and there will be a lot of people here like yesterday. I can just see signs of the sun starting to break through, but otherwise it looks like it's going to be the same as yesterday, cold and rainy. Looks like the local ferry crossing the river behind us.
It seems to float.
We're going to be taking the tenders ashore this morning, and for the past half hour the guys have been busy getting the boats ready to be swung out. There goes the first of the tender boats. Here goes the boat almost underneath our cabin. I don't think we've ever been this close before to the tenders being lowered. Something seems to have happened. They wanted to stop lowering it. Ah, here we go.
They put some sort of loop onto it.
Now here goes the one right underneath us. I think they must be getting them all in place, ready to be lowered into the water once we've docked. And it looks like this is our final destination. We are now stopped, and you can't actually see the town from our location, but the front of the ship is facing the town, and in a few minutes they'll probably be lowering the tenders. Well, I thought we were parked, but it looks like we're turning around. This captain likes to park facing the way he's going to be going back. Now we're inside the tender. We've just got off the tender and we're now on shore in Kotor, Montenegro.
She said they all have them.
Good. So we're on the way to another walk along the city walls.
Both Geographic opportunity. Oh, when they said it was much more rugged, and look at this.
This is fun. We've climbed a few more levels. I don't know how much further we're going. Because the path was so steep and the treadway was so bad, we decided to call it a day at this point and turn round and go back down into Koto. The email on the ship is so expensive and so slow that we use all the local cafes whenever we can, and it's a good time to check and see if there's been any email. We'll be leaving shortly for a scenic drive back down the fjord, and in the meantime we're starting to pull the tenders out. About to get underway to go down the 17-mile fjord, and they've opened up the front deck so you can get right up to the front of the ship.
With a show of hands, walked the walls today.
Yes, can we do
One,
that?
two,
We're not
three,
the
four,
crow's
five,
nest,
six,
but
seven,
we did
That's
it.
good, almost an even dozen. Very
Oh,
good.
I have a bad knee
Very
now.
good. And as we make the turn, Our Lady of the Rocks in the Benedictine Monastery, we're going to make a port turn here, and we're going to be going through the narrowest part. And this is the Vedic channel that we're straight through here. So we're going to be really close to land on either side of us.
Mussels, he said, didn't he?
Mussels, yes.
The two towns where you have the ferry boat traffic going back and forth. So if you came down the Adriatic Highway on the right-hand side, and you wanted to cross over to go to the city of Tivat, which is the largest city around the peninsulas over there off to the quarter left, you would go over here, catch one of the little boats, the ferry boats, takes you across, and then continue on. And then we'll be exiting the Gulfs, the bays here, and making our way back into the Adriatic Sea, and then to our next port of call, which will be in the Ionian Sea, which will be Corfu, Greece.
It's Sunday morning and we're shortly going to be mooring in Corfu in Greece. Whatever's going on must be on the other side of the ship and we can't see it, but I think we're just going sideways very slowly into our dock, and there's the pilot boat just keeping an eye on things. Looks like it's going to be a warm day today. And here's a view of our ship from the front. It makes you wonder how it can sail without falling over sideways. First stop on shore in the terminal building. Everyone checking their Wi-Fi. We're walking into the town of Corfu, and this is the Venetian barracks we're just passing. Well, this is bad news. We've stopped for coffee opposite a post shop. I'll need to buy another suitcase. Want to walk down there? This could be expensive. This is the Corfu leather market. This is part of the new fort, which dates back to the 16th century.
Good view just from further along there.
We're partway up the battlements of the new fort, and there's a bit of a view here. Just looking round to the direction of the cruise terminal, but you can't see it from this angle.
Oh, Greek beer for €3.
This is our lunch stop. We're not really sure where we're going. It's one of these things which we'll know where we are when we get there. Well, this is promising looking. At least there's some water down here. We finally arrived at the Palace of Saints Michael and George, which was actually where we were hoping to go. We looked into getting a wagon ride, but they're 25 euros each, which is a bit steep. We've now worked our way round to the old fort, which is older than the new fort, which dates back at least 500 years. Just walking through the park on the way to crossing over to the old fort. Now we're going on the causeway over to the old fort. We're in the old fort and we're heading up towards the lighthouse. These are very funny guns. I think they're actually mortars. So this is our destination, which is actually pretty silly considering how hot it is. Well, we made it to the top, and this is the view when you get there. And there in the distance is the cruise ship terminal. It's Sunday, and we're having a sea day. Right now we're approaching Sicily, and on the other side of the ship we can see the bottom of Italy, Calabria, and very soon we'll be going round to the other side of the ship to watch going through the Straits of Messina. And that's the bottom of Italy, Calabria. And another ship waiting for a pilot.
Upper promenade.
Now we've stopped riding up and down in the elevator. Here's a better shot of the very bottom of Italy, the region of Calabria. Well, we've been trying to find somewhere to watch the sail through the Straits of Messina, and it's very windy. Where we finished up in the Tamarind Bar, and it's not windy in here at all. Well, the Costa ship is disappearing around the corner past the other side of the end of Calabria, and the captain has just fired off a couple of hoots, so we may be on the way soon. We're just approaching the shortest part of the straits, and there's quite a tight turn that we make to go up the other side of the Italian coastline up to Naples. And there's Sicily over the other side. This big pylon marks the end of the Sicilian coast. Now we've rounded the southern tip of Italy, we're starting to turn to the left, and so that we can clear the land, and just moving across. There's the Costa ship that went ahead of us. This is the volcano Stromboli as we're going by.
Seattle. Now, illuminating the other islands that's over there.
Okay, now pull it on the internet and find out where I was, because I don't know where I was. And you can take a ferry. Oh, they said the Italians come here.
Monday morning, and we're just sailing into the port of Naples. Well, it looks like we're now docked in the port of Naples. We've had a morning in the ship, parked here in Naples, and we're going out after lunch. And we think that is Vesuvius over there. And this is just panning around into the rest of Naples, where we'll be later. We just got off the ship and fought our way through the traffic off the dock, and we're heading up the Via Duomo, which isn't a particularly inspiring looking street. Hopefully it'll get better. Now, walking around these back streets, this is not a place I would recommend to anybody. We're just walking back to the ship, and every so often you see an interesting location. This is the Duomo, the big church at the top of the hill. There's the mountain we think is Vesuvius. It's in the sun, and in a few minutes we'll be pulling away from Naples, and I can't say I'm sorry for it. The next stop tomorrow is Civitavecchia port for our day in Rome. Just starting to pull out from the port. The departure time was was actually 6 o'clock, and our captain is Speedy Gonzalez. 6 o'clock departure means 5:45 in his book. We'll be out of here and on the way by 6. Oh, we just saw a taxi rushing up, beeping, and they were actually calling for a few people earlier. So that'll be interesting. If it is 2 people missing from the ship, they'll have to come out on the pilot boat or take the train to Civitavecchia tomorrow. So goodbye to the pilot and goodbye to Naples. Now we're back in the cabin and the view is still pretty good. As soon as we get to the end of Naples Bay, we'll be turning north and the next stop is Civitavecchia for Rome. It's Tuesday morning and we're docked in Civitavecchia. We'll be shortly leaving for our bus trip into Rome. All the buses are lined up on the dock. A lot of people going on trips up to Rome today.
We have our fabulous driver, yeah? His name is Lionello. Lionello, yeah. How are you, Lionello, today? Come stai?
Bene.
Bene, he feels fine, we're lucky.
Buongiorno.
You know. Buongiorno, Lionello. It's inside the Roman walls, one of the original 14 gates that were around the wall. And if you look at the pyramid, you see that the pyramid is actually included inside the Roman wall. You see? You know why? This is not the only monument included, because the barbarians were quickly coming. So in order to work faster and less, the Romans included many monuments inside the wall track. People inaugurated in 217. There were 3 swimming pools inside, one with hot water that was called in Latin Calidarium, the second one with warm water, the Tepidarium, and the last one with very cold water, the Frigidarium. Palace now is covering the whole hill. The huge valley in front of us, this is what is left about the largest hippodrome of ancient Rome. This is the Circus Maximus. Hard to believe. I mean, there are just these remains here that were the supporting structure of the seats. This round one was dedicated to Hercules, that protected the city at the very beginning of his history, and protected the city from an ugly giant that was called the Caco. The second temple you will see on the right, Greek in shape, it was dedicated to a local god called Portunus. He was protecting the activity of a little harbor that was here close to the Tiber. That's why today we say port, you know, Portunus. Donata, designed by Michelangelo. This one, and the steps are done in these guys to be used by the horses. Now that's why. Yeah, on the top there are the 2 statues of Castor and Pollux, the 2 twins protecting Rome. Now this this is Venice Square, the center of Rome. This white, very impressive monument on the right is the Vittoriano, the monument to the unification of Italy. It looks ancient but is modern. It was inaugurated in 1911. Look on the right. Look on the right. We're going to see it again. This is San Angelo Castle. The lower part of the castle is the tomb of the Roman Emperor Hadrian.
So this is a total zoo, lining up to go into the Vatican Museum.
Can we have okay, let's wait for the last ones.
Just doing an orientation before going into the Sistine Chapel, but they seem to have lost somebody, so this may take a few minutes.
Each arch at the ground level was an entrance. Yeah, each arch at the ground, so 80 entrances. This building that could contain 60,000 spectators could be filled and empty in only 10 minutes.